everybody. Welcome to the Dan Bidondi Show right here on TruthRadioShow.com, declaring war on the New World Order, exposing the deeds of evil, exposing corruption, and as we always do for the last several years. But we got a special guest, two special guests actually. We got the real writer of the Matrix series, and we're going to get into all that. He's going to explain everything that's going on. And did Hollywood, big question, did Hollywood steal the Matrix idea from Mr. Althouse, we're about to speak with, and also his buddy Nicolas, they call him the Arcchtect. So without further ado, let's get into introduction here. Let me get the screen up here, and here we go. So this is Thomas Althouse, the Arcchtect, basically, the creator of the Matrix series. So if you want to explain who you are, all that good stuff.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Thanks for having me on first, Dan. And yeah, I am the writer. We held a copyright. That's why there's no copyright on the Matrix 1, 2, and 3, the installments, because, you see Matrix cars, Matrix clothing, because they didn't copyright that. Actually, the Wachowskis were supposed to pick from a list of titles where they copyright in the Copyright Office my title, The Immortals, which is the Matrix, and the studios copyrighted my title and made slots of that without a body of work and had a list of 346 other titles that they could choose from. And that's right off the copyright site. So that's what's really been going on. And then what the Wachowskis did was they came up with their own title and went off the page. And that caused a lot of problems for Warner Brothers and the ones that, Wachowskis are kind of mavericks. But I'm a writer, producer, performer. I'm working with Nicolas here, who's just been a tremendous asset and friend who's bringing things forward. Got awards for my work. And it's been a long, long ordeal of attrition and losses and harassment and gang stalking. But here we are with things finally turning around. And it feels like we're on the home stretch now with people just sending love, support, cheering on, and finally bringing the evidence forward, which can't be refuted. It's on redpillrising.org. So I hope that helps a little bit.
And absolutely, we got your website. We got the stills, the pictures right off your website. If you want to bring them up, just say, hey, get the slides ready, and we'll show them. And also, we got Nicolas, the Arcchtect, and which we can't show his video. I don't expect two people to be on, so it's my era. So Nicolas is going to be called the Ghost today. So Nicolas, if you want to introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm Nicolas. I'm calling in from Indianapolis, Indiana. And I've known Thomas for about since 2014, so that's about 6 years, Thomas?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yep, about 6 years. Yep, 2020.
Yeah, 2013 actually. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yep. So maybe about 7 years.
Sophia Stewart had you call me.
That's right.
Somewhere. Yep. That's how that happened.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, and I want to apologize, too, because I was supposed to have you guys on a couple weeks ago, and people who watch my show knows we're going through a transformation right now, getting better, hopefully, thank God. And without further ado, we finally get these guys on. And this is interesting because those of you who've been following me for over 10 years, I had a gentleman years ago, he's a good friend of mine now, Suleiman C. Edmondson. He worked for NBC, and he wrote the series called V, The Final Battle, with the aliens coming to the Earth as reptilians. He wrote that. NBC stole it off him, and he's still to this day trying to settle with the lawsuit. And it's just no different, man, because you get this original creation, and it goes to show you, man, how many Hollywood movies out there right now are copycat steals of somebody else's work.
Yeah. Well, see, that's what's happening. We're having writers contact each other. I had a lady from Gravity contact us, a guy from Kill Bill, different ones, Avatar. We're all coming together now. These attorneys in Hollywood claim that no copyright suit has really been won in 12 years because they control the game. The judges, these judges get red carpet treatment at the Emmys and Golden Globes, you name it. So it's like, they're not going to vote against them. And people will say, they're going to cite links on your program here. And they're going to say, oh, look, he lost in court. We never even had our day in court yet. But we will. We will have our day in court. And we'll have, instead of provided attorneys, we'll have our own team. And we'll bring forward the evidence that cannot be refuted that's on the Red Pill Rising site. So thanks.
Absolutely, man, and it's a shame, really is, and it's just like it's you take Hollywood's fantasy, it's even more fantasy because they rip people off of their original creations, and it's a shame, really is. And I was going through your website, I actually listened to some of your interviews from some other shows like the Baker Show and some other programs too. And I noticed how I think you were saying how they were threatening your family, they attacked your children, I believe, and
I got 2 dead sons,
Oh,
2
man.
murdered sons. Yeah.
I
My
thought
wife's
so.
in
I
bed
didn't
with
want to
Mike
bring
Lang.
that up unless you did.
Yeah. Yeah, the graphic I sent you is from the email from Mike Lang, Z at
Yep.
Zion, on my birthday, taking the wife to bed, which they could have her. She had a record for prostitution. I didn't know that.
I had
Hollywood.
ex-wife was just as bad.
Yeah,
So,
that's how they play the game. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry to hear about your sons, man, and that's evil, man. Like if for them to go beyond their way to attack innocent children and kill kids, I mean, these people are pure evil. They're a bunch of
They
scum.
are. That's what they say. They actually have contacts, Dan, that call you. And I have some bodies recorded. I guess they didn't figure out how to do that. But, screw the law on that. You're going to make a record. And so it's like, recording calls from these contacts from Disney and Spielberg and these guys that are telling me that, this happened and answer any question I have and say, yeah, your sons are murdered. And why are they doing that? Because if you relate it to anybody, they think you're nuts unless you recorded the calls. So, yeah.
I'm lost for words right now, man, because I'm just trying to still gather this information together, trying to comprehend this, because they went off and murdered your family, like literally took your wife from you, and most of all the kids. You know what I mean? They probably did you a blessing with the wife, but well,
the
and your
email
children,
I
man.
sent you, that's Mike Lang. Mike Lang, Harvey Weinstein's boss.
Wow.
On my birthday, saying it says "move in with me for 60 days?" ? And you'll see on that graphic, the actual screenshot of the email. Becca puts Becca, the former wife, puts very nice, smiling, blushing icon, and left for success in Spokane, Washington, which is considered the playground of Hollywood. So they all had this strategy to destroy writers. They let you watch your sons die. I didn't know this in the beginning. I thought destroy just was like metaphoric, but you actually watch your family die. Your women get bedded, your sons die, and then you're either going to take your life or they'll make it look like you took your life. That's how they do it. Then into the slot goes your script, where they have a slot at the Copyright Office with your title. I'm going to show you that, Dan. Look at this. I'm going to show you this right now. It's on the website, too, on the Red Pill Rising. Anybody wants to take a look.
Well, I got the graphics on my studio here.
Oh, great. Well, you're going to see the 346 titles there under the Immortals, my title, right?
Yep.
And what they're doing here is look who claims ownership. The 2 largest investment firms in Hollywood claim ownership of the work. Now, investment firms don't create intellectual property, but they put it under their names, my title, with 346 other titles, no body of work, so that anybody they give it to feels fine to take it because the investment firms claim ownership. Every time the investment firm gives it out, they're making money. So it's a vicious little circle wheel they made. And the strategy to acquire intellectual property, which Mike Lang, whose wife in bed, is the executive in charge of strategy for acquisition of intellectual property. And that's why Miramax Films under Eisner and those guys. And the strategy is you kill the writers or have them kill themselves, or make it look like it's murder-suicide. And then what you do is you simply stick the work into the slot title. Everybody's version of it goes into a slot with one of these 346 titles, and it's a done deal.
That's unreal, man. And if you want, I can show the slides. I mean, just give me the directions.
Please do. It's mind-blowing because that is a strategy unveiled. That wasn't supposed to survive. But they underestimated. What they blew down was they didn't expect Nicolas to meet. I guess. And they didn't expect that a father who has son's murdered, right, isn't going to collapse in despair. He's going to dedicate his life to the memory of his son. Finish the work so their families don't suffer. They forgot about the power of empathy and compassion. All they understand is power. And that's also on tape with the contact telling me. It's on tape. I said, why did he use my family, right? And you go, you got to realize it's all about power. I said, well, some of us are about service-oriented, where we make the work to lift people in art in the world, and to give them something that encourages them, immerses them in the story. And they said they don't understand that. They don't understand power. So I said, they're going to get a lesson. Compassion and empathy is why a father will continue to go on instead of taking his life. It's going to make a difference for other families.
Oh, it is, and God forbid I was in that case, man. I'd be doing the same thing as you, man. I'd be trying to avenge my son's death and just try to, help from other families, suffering the same fatality as this. And this is unreal, man. This should be national headline news, but the mainstream media.
thanks to you and others like you, it's starting to come out now. And you're going to see people, troll like that and say, he lost in court, whatever. But the evidence, you're going to see it right there on the site. It's irrefutable. What are the chances? What are the chances of having my high school in the first graphic, right? Central West High. What's the chances? What's the chances of having my name Thomas as Neo's? The chances of having my birthday as Neo's birthday, or at least put on there. And also my father's name, John A. is Neo's name, and my clan name, Scottish clan name, ancestral clan is Anderson. So what are the chances? And then having that clock face you're going to see there from Animatrix with my exact birthday, 7/2/59. I mean, that's like winning the lottery 10 times over. It's irrefutable evidence. And that's why when we come to trial, and that's why they put so much on my family. We come to trial, it's game over. They're screwed.
Yeah, I'm checking out the graphics now, man. And
yeah, check it out.
Yeah, the first graphic is just, I remember seeing the way that in the movie they laid that script on the table and say, hey, we want, we've been watching you. It's amazing, though. Let me get your screen here.
Check it out. Yep. Central West High. Now they tweak it to Central West Junior High. That's not a big tweak. No. Especially when they're stacking entries as Susanna Bolgen talks about. She says in her article, she's a graphic designer, that they stack entries so it gets by their clearance department. All these entries are subject to the clearance department. So they stack entries, which means multiple entries, and that's the first graphic ever in the Matrix, that interrogation scene you're going to see in the green kind of colored. That's all stacked there with my high school birthday, my name, my dad's name, and then you see Michelle McGahey there, who's the art director, as Neo's mom, the art director. Owen Patterson, as the other school, Owen Patterson High, that's the production manager. And the Wachowskis' only testimony they ever gave us, since they threw our case and provided their own attorneys and blocked everything, right? All due process. So that's why we're coming back with fraud. The thing is that the Wachowskis actually say it's Michelle McGahey's department, Owen Patterson's department, put all those things in there. Well, that's not negating that my stuff's in there. That's actually saying, it's there. We'll blame these guys. That's the Wachowskis.
All right, so the picture with the guy on stage, who's that?
The guy on stage, that's Lenny Coco. Lenny Coco is best friends with Bonaventura, Lorenzo D. Bonaventura from Warner Brothers. And he's the one, if you look at Wikipedia, look up Lorenzo D. Bonaventura, anyone listening, or Dan yourself, too. It says that he discovered and shepherded the Matrix story, and also that he's the one that understand it. And of course, because Lenny Coco had me come up to New York and pitch it to him after he gave Bonaventura his friend my screenplay. And so in '93, I'm pitching it to Bonaventura and explaining every question he had without realizing, he gave it to him ahead of time to look at. So now, he is one of the few that understands it. Isn't that crazy? Yeah.
Yeah, that is crazy, man. And so the next screenshot is the two women, and that's the Marconi brothers, you said?
Oh, that shot with the women?
Yep.
They're saying Joel Silver and Bonaventura never, had access to each other. So there's Bonaventura and Lorenzo hugging each other in '93.
So I guess it's a conspiracy theory, I guess, you got a picture of them together.
It's like Iron Man, when, the scene from Iron Man when the guy who's like, whatever industries is like saying like, he should be given over technology. And in the background, they're showing the bad robots he made or whatever. So, it's just one of those funny things. Yeah. Good luck with that, guys.
And you got the certification here with a certified attachment photocopies are true. The next slide there.
Yeah, everything's real. That's all from the Copyright Office. Yep. You're going to see scenes from the train station scene that comes from our script that predates Matrix. We're 93. Its creation's like 92, 93. Yep. We've got testimony from the submitting attorney who has the full file and everything. They said he wouldn't. James Norfolk, who was submitted in 93, June 25th. Tracking number, receipt, everything, story treatment, scripts, all there. So it's amazing what we have. So when we get our day in court and due process, they're done. That's why they provided their own attorneys and, the wife and everything too. But now it's game over. That's why you're watching middles now being killed. It's like Epstein and those guys. They're wiping out their middle players now, cleaning trail, because now apparently like Nicolas and I are worth a fortune. Because the real life story, the real life movie is what's going to make the money now, and the script as it is. They couldn't destroy the authors. Now they want to capitalize off the story they helped forge. So it's incredible. And whatever studio gets us to sign on, like Bob Iger was trying to make a deal with us through his assistant was calling us. It's on our phone, but then he cleansed his house a little bit and says he's not going to meet. But there's a bid on kind of to own the real life story, because whatever studio gets it now can make a fortune off the real life story and cleanse their part out. The other studios can go to hell. So yeah,
Unreal.
they're actually trying to do it. Yeah. That's how Hollywood works.
Slides there. Got a lot of public catalog information and all this proof. I mean, yeah, they got. That's the thing. If you get your day in court, man, the information you got.
It's over. Their attorneys even conceded it's over. Yeah, they conceded. If we get our day in court, due process, it's over. Yeah. That's why we answer to these people that placed we lost, get over it. That's the last bastion they have, is to say you lost, get over it. Here's the site where the article says you lost. Well, we haven't had a day yet, but wait till we do. It's coming. So yeah.
And that's guaranteed by the Constitution at that. So
yeah, due process, right? Yeah.
I want to go back in time for a minute. So when you first started writing the script and started writing the story, what inspired you to do it? The genesis of the whole Matrix. Oh, your case, the Immortals.
Well, to write such a story like this, it's so different than anything that's ever been done, right? Especially in its time. I mean, this is being written Highlander. I mean, we're back at the Stone Age of Hollywood. And so all these new ideas like iPads, things like that, everything that's in it is like new technology ideas, new concepts, blending minds, erasing memories, all that stuff is now so popular now. And all that comes actually from the genesis of a very unique situation. It would have to be a very dark, sinister situation. Where I had been at Pat Roberts' organization, right? The televangelist, that's such a kook and nut. So I was there as a student. Yeah. He's an actual nutcase. And so I was actually being groomed to be the face of the Christian coalition. I really am a Forrest Gump story. So there I was. I mean, what am I doing? This guy that wants power, and is actually trying to mimic Nostradamus' predictions by making a man-made mountain in the east. These guys like to have power so much that they imitate art. And then we find out Robert Eisner in Disney, and they have a sex ring, both of them trading personnel back and forth. It was like I was thrust into some bad B movie. And so all I could do with all this information given to me was whisper through art. And I expected Dan to whisper to future generations. I didn't think anybody would catch on in our time. Although I did write it to be as if audiences are intelligent, but I'm amending that now after happened to a percentage of audiences are intelligent. So yeah.
Yeah, and the thing is, at this day and age, which I believe we're in a great awakening, because people are waking up with everything, everywhere, and you can see it. And it's amazing.
This is the right time. That's why it took so long for this to come forward. That's another one of the I'll call it the other side conspiracy. Why did it take so long to come forward? Well, yeah. Walk in our shoes. See what happens. Watch your sons die. Watch your wife bedded. Watch her provided. Watch your jobs taken from you. Watch you just trying to scrape out a living while you're all the time. Calls money. It's like gang stalking off the charts. The more you're worth to them, the more they'll apply their personnel and finances. And so it's a miracle I'm right before you even now. And I'm told on tape, I have it on tape again. One of the Disney contacts was telling me that the reason my last son's alive because they quote know your concern for your son's safety. So that was supposed to be a leverage part. I don't come forward. But my son and I talked about it. He's 13 now, high honors, and we decided we're all going forward because then we're told that's the best way to keep him safe is go forward. Go down the gauntlet. You got to get through. So now I think we're coming out of the woods. We got some really enlightened people, critical thinkers coming on board now. So it feels like the track, the finish line is really great people, and we really don't bother with the ones that are trolling and saying the talking points. But we're so excited about the ones that get it, critical thinking, look at the evidence for themselves, and are joining the team. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad you're going forward, because I've seen a lot of people in different scenarios where they're being threatened and everything. And the worst thing I tell people all the time, the worst thing to do is comply to a threat, because you're dead, plain and simple.
Yeah.
And you're just expose everything you can.
My son would be dead right now. So would I. You wouldn't even hear about us. He'd be buried. That slot would be occupied. All the different versions. We had a Spielberg guy, insider, just switch to us and let us know about inside information where you put a certain keyword to access these entries. And here we have Warner Brothers, Silver, Wachowski, Spielberg, Disney, all with Immortals slots. They all took my title, The Immortals, and put their slots without bodies of work, waiting for the author to die, so they can put their versions into the slots. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, complete thievery. That's what that is, man. And again, like it makes you wonder. I can't say it enough. It makes you wonder how many of these movies out there, these great trilogies, whatever the case, like Terminator and everything else. How many of these movies are stolen material? You know, it's
well, that's the thing. Yeah, they rip out the spine too. I mean, the Wachowskis. Here's the actual script. I mean, you'll see it online, but that's provided by the director and special copyright office. Here it is. That's the Matrix. And the date on it is actually the date's actually 1998 on this version. So this is what was shot on set. This is what was in hand on set. Their attorneys actually told me off record. This was in hand, Dan, with the visual storyboard. So they tried to make it work with the visual storyboard of all the images they lifted from this has everything Squiddies, Jack's the neck, train station scene, little girl pointing to the sun, all here, 109, all here. So this was on set, and they were trying to make it work. That's why it's so convoluted, right? They rip out the spine of the story, and people try to figure out what it means. You can't. Not off just images lifted in hodgepodge, right? You can't do it. And so you have to have the original work made and reconditioned, and then you can this proceeds the Matrix. So that was on set, and that's why they're claiming in articles that all these people on set, they say everyone was loved the Matrix as they try to finish it. Well, if it's totally scripted, you don't have to worry about arguing about it, and it's already scripted. And if you're bankrolling millions, you should have it already scripted. But you got Joel Silver at the end in 2003 saying before he watched the rushes that he holds together and use up the rest of the story. And the reason you have Animatrix with my Burt and everything was actually shot in the antique shop where they have my name Tom Althouse right across the screen backwards. But the thing is that they thought they could use up the rest of the story, and then whatever images they lifted that they thought were cool for their visual storyboard that they didn't put in the stolen works, they put in Animatrix, shorts in Animatrix to claim that they were clever and came up with these images. That's why you have the people landing just before the Earth with their nose bleeding, because that's part of our story. That's why you have the person being put back in the dream to be reanimated, because that's in our story. So they're trying to get any kind of image they think is clever, which is not a service to the public. They just want credit for it. And that's why Ghost in the Shell, the 1994 installment of Ghost in the Shell has everything from genderless people to Jack's the Neck, and they gave it to the Japanese director to have credit for it, so they could say there's source material where it came from. And the Wachowskis say we want Jack's to do it for real, claiming Ghost in the Shell. We precede Ghost in the Shell. Joel Silver gave it to that director to make a viable claim of source material. But that's 94. We're in 93. So yeah, that's how they do it.
What amazes me most is that they literally rub it right in your face. I mean, you see the transcript on the table in the movie scene. They literally rub your date of birth, your name, and everything else. They rub it right in your face, literally.
And tell me, Dan, can it be denied? Can it be denied? What are the odds? What are the mathematical odds of having a high school birthday, my dad's name and my name? Join me on that. I mean, it's like, I just can't believe people would go, no, it's a coincidence. What? I mean, that's like signing my name all over the piece, right? And then that clock face, an Animatrix. So they put the clock face. Look at the numbers: 7/2/59, exact birthday. And then the red hand is on the 4 after 4. 44 is 44 in 2003. It's like, what do people want? And most clock faces are 10 after 10. I'm sorry, but it's a little obvious. When we get to a jury, they'll get it. The jury's going to get it. We had a deposition of myself, but not of any of the, they kept us from having Wachowski's depositions or Joel Silver's depositions, And so when we're having my deposition, 7 hours of it, it's like we're bringing forward all this material, and the stenographer and the court reporter both said to me at break, it's an honor to meet you. This is fascinating. That's indicative of how the jury's going to respond. What I'm holding up right now is to show you how the case was thrown partly too. Is this email from the provided attorney says, I am not going to do face-to-face depositions. What attorney says that? Oh, the Wachowskis and Joel Silver. So that's what we face. Railroad. And for writers out there, it's important to note current standing right now in Hollywood. You're not going to win in Hollywood because they're going to set attorneys on you. They're going to buy off judges will replace the way they want, or replace the way they want. And suddenly you're going to find out that the court process is simply another second theft. Because as soon as they threw our case without any day of due process, right? and blocking evidence and obstructing justice. Then you have already Warner Brothers, Joel Silver, and Wachowski to announce immediately after the case is thrown their different takes on the work. And so instead of jointly stealing, Warner Brothers Silverman is announcing Elysium. Joel Silver's announcing Oblivion, held by Disney, in on this. And the Wachowskis are announcing Sense8, saying it's too big to write down. Too big to write down. So they got $1 million deal with Netflix, which is partners with Mike Lang and Harvey Weinstein. They get $1 million deal with that laundering company, right? And for nothing written down. That's amazing. Guess whose attorneys are now representing Netflix? The attorneys that fought us from Warner Brothers.
Unreal.
Yeah. It's all one big steal.
So but now it's all the dots, man. These people are crooks, man. It's unreal.
They didn't expect me to live. Now with help of Nicolas and others, we're all coming together now. It's game over. And people will catch on.
Yeah, and like you said earlier, too, both of us, and we are at the perfect time now because people are coming into this great awakening, and truth is coming out. We're exposing evil on every front, and thanks to alternative media everywhere, and Infowars.com, everybody else, and just exposing what's going on every front. I mean, it's politics, it's the schools, these false religions. I mean, it just goes on, man, and it's a matrix of evil, if you want to put it that way.
Absolutely. The strategies are being laid bare. The strategies are being laid bare. The last strategy applied on legal 302. I got dragged from my home and they put my mom in the hospital on a legal 302. That means a suicide pact to kill your loved ones. I mean, come on. So I got dragged from my home with corrupt police in our local area who are under the control, get this, Dan, of Brian Fitzpatrick, Congressman Brian Fitzpatrick. You know who he is? California FBI under Spielberg. California FBI. So how does California FBI become our particular Pennsylvania congressman? And he has total control of my sister Julia Zarco. I'm scratching my nose because I'm laughing. People put that. But the thing is, Congressman Brian Fitzpatrick is actually controlling my sister, who's a nobody. She's a wannabe nobody who is I hate to say it, but she is. Who's totally turned. Is a school counselor, unlicensed. Suddenly she's called constantly by this Fitzpatrick congressman for expert advice in education. No license. Elementary school counselor. Black tie dinners. Trips to the Caribbean. Trips to London on a school counselor salary. Black tie dinners. I mean, it's like appearances on Jimmy Fallon show, CNN owned by the Warner Brothers. Sandy Hook spokesperson. All these things being given to her, including just last week announced on the congressional floor by Fitzpatrick as being this great honored citizen. The big picture of her. That's how far they go with the reward system. They need family in order to shut you away. And on the death of my second son, right? She calls me up after 2 years of being estranged. And I thought it was an offer of condolences. No, she calls me, and I tape that too. She calls me and says, "You have to say, Tom, you're angry." I'm like, "What's going on? My son just died." She goes, "No, you have to say you're angry, bipolar, and suicidal." I'm like, why would you say this to me? Just say it back to me. I said, "Julie, I'm not going to say that back to you." She goes, say it back to me, otherwise we can have a relationship. I'm like, Julie, we haven't had a relationship for 2 years. Then she goes, say it back to me. Or else you're saying I don't matter. I'm like, God, give it up. And I'm like, okay, Julie, those are the conditions you don't matter. So what does she say, Dan? She starts telling contacts and people that I harassed her constantly saying I was suicidal. Now why are they doing that? Because that's the go-to play card for strategy. Get rid of writers. You off them and then claim they're suicidal. Into the slot goes the work. Boom, right in the slot. Titles only. Game over. They got the.
So basically, she was hoping you repeated that, so she had it on record actually, and this way she could play. He told me he was going to commit suicide, and bam, you get whacked off, and bam, you know what I mean?
That's it. That's the strategy. And the public goes, he was suicidal. His sister said so. She gets so many lavish rewards for all this. President of psych people in Pennsylvania, and top psych person in Pennsylvania. Both was awards from Fitzpatrick. Meanwhile, Fitzpatrick controls the local police department and the corrupt police chief in Warrenton Township. So we got police coming all the time to us with bogus things. 15 police in a month. Period.
Now, in one of your interviews, you mentioned they dragged you out of the house at 4 a.m. and brought you before some interrogators, like doctors or whatever the case was.
Yeah, all set up to say that I was they had a whole litany of things, a whole ream of things saying anything my sister wanted, Fitzpatrick wanted. Bipolar 2, schizophrenic, paranoid, murder, suicide pact to kill my son. What? My parents? Yeah. Everything down the line. You name it. Reams of it. And what happened, Dan, was the last doctor that they hadn't control, but they had Secret Service during the holding time. And the Secret Service made sure that I knew that they were going to talk to the doctor by telling the intake person or the watching on the monitor. Right outside my door, saying we're going to talk to his doctor. So you need four people. They had one police guy in place. They had these other people in place. Next thing, Dr. Season comes in the morning after harried and everything. She goes, you're not going to get out of here. You're not going to get out of here. So one way in our country you can shut citizens away on false claims. And it's like a Guantanamo Bay for citizens. You know, it's watch out for that. 302. I didn't even know what 302 was before.
How did you know that? You mentioned that in your other interview on the Baker Show.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? So that's the way you do it. Since I survived, now I can do interviews. Just think what would happen if I can shut away the criminal. You know what I was told was going to happen? My last sister and her brother-in-law, my brother-in-law, were right away. They had a family meeting to set this up with Fitzpatrick, and they were pushing my mom to get my son, surviving son. So he would be reprogrammed, think his dad's bad. So I'm supposed to be 2 weeks within the criminally sane, right? And this is how they acquire intellectual property in the end. If your life story is so important, then they put you away like this, and they'll tell you after 2 weeks of sitting on ice like this that you can get out and see your son if you give over your materials, right? Your scripts. I got 14 more, and agree to have no name credit and work with us. Then you'll be allowed out to see your son. Well, that's not a great deal. It's like chaining me to the wheel. But if I don't do it, then I'll get a note slipped to me that says my son had an accident. My third son. And it's over.
Wow, unreal, man. Talk about extortion, threatening. I mean, this is federal crimes, man, and these people are getting away with this.
Watch for Fitzpatrick to fight. He's either going to be murdered by his own, or he'll be brought to trial. He'll be brought down. And Mike Lang of Miramax Films, I wouldn't be surprised if he's the next one that we call Epstein. I wouldn't be surprised because he left a trail of cartel with his pants down. That email I sent you shows his shaving kit on it. Shows the multi-million-dollar mistress Patty has in Spokane, Washington. We weren't supposed to see that. In fact, it was struck from our devices, but then we had an external drive. Then we give it to Frida Babson. I shared my copyright writers who are good people because that would defeat Lang's strategy. Right? If I'm dead, other writers that own it. That's how I beat Lang's strategy. Didn't expect that. So shared copyright that had cars appearing outside their homes, taking pictures like ours. And so what happens is Frida ends up at Gatwick Airport, right? In England, with a thumb drive, with Mike Lang emails on it, right? So what happens to her? The dog gets poisoned in the yard in England. And then she goes to Gatwick Airport. What happens? Well, the Daily Post aired this. She's accosted by authorities. They have found bomb accelerants sprayed throughout her carry-on. This is a grandma who writes children's stories, right? Right? Come on, people.
Unreal.
Yeah. And so then they take her thumb drive, but it was wrong thumb drive. So yeah.
Unreal. And it shows you, man, they go through all, in any extent at all, to hush people up, shut them up. As we report on our show here with the news and everything else too, every day they're attacking somebody, whistleblowers. I look at that guy from the Homeland Security. He just got killed. Suicide. Yeah. Homeland Security says he was a Homeland Security whistleblower.
Let's do something here. Let's see what happens. Because every time we do an interview now, like I mentioned about Eisner and Robertson sharing a sex ring, right? So what happens the next day? Basically, they do an article about cleaning out their lower echelon pedophiles from Disney. But that's supposed to blow smoke and did not address their upper and middle. But think what it took to do that. I mean, we do an interview about sex rings connected with Disney and Robertson, and suddenly they do a sting in their park, and all these lower echelons. Why didn't they address those guys piecemeal? Why didn't they get them one at a time to discover them? Why did they wait for that moment? Then we did an article on Spielberg about Spielberg and how he's connected, and we now know from insiders that he's the one that's responsible for this whole thing. My family, intellectual property, mine. So what happens the next time after the interview? They do an article about his daughter. So I want to say something now, and let's see what happens. I want to say Mike Lang's a dead man. Not for me, but from revealing the Hollywood cartel. He's caught with his pants down. I just gave you that email. They wanted that email destroyed. Listen what happens to Mike Lang. I think he's going to get upset. Yeah, I think he's going to die. He's going to die.
You find him with his hands tied behind his back, hanging from a bridge or something, and he commits suicide by himself. You know,
I want to put that out there. I want to put it out there because I was told that the reason he did it to me took the wife for ego. Ego? Well, what you did, Mr. Mike Lang, I'll talk to him directly through your show here. What you did, Mr. Mike, you just set a trail back to the cartel and Eisner, which we would never have known about. Spielberg and all of them. You just set a trail to the cartel, which is a no-no. And you didn't erase the emails. You didn't succeed in putting Frida Babson bars either, or myself. And so right now, I'm saying, Mike Lang, you're the one that made it all possible for Hollywood to where we are. So whatever happens to you, it's your own doing. Thank you very much.
And while you're taking a sip of coffee, I want to bring up this real quick. And it's not, I mean, just recently happened. Philip Hanley, former Department of Homeland Security whistleblower during Obama era, found dead, police say, from a gunshot. This was last Friday. I guess he so-called commits suicide with a gunshot. And
did you hear about the guy? Yeah, did you hear about the guy who had two holes in his head? There's a guy that had 2 holes in his head. They said suicide. Well, that's a determined killer right there.
With his hands tied behind his back.
Yeah, Gray State. I feel so bad for the Gray State family. That's a murder-suicide. But it's not a murder-suicide by the author. It's a murder-suicide by the cartel.
I was actually in that film. I was supposed to be in that film anyway.
Yeah. And so what you have is the same thing. Relatives or friends saying, "Oh, he was depressed." You know, that's why they wanted. You pointed out. Supposed to say suicide. Not. Never. I got a lot to live for. Doing great. But the thing is, they even shot the dog. I'm sorry, but I got to ask you, Dan. If somebody was suicidal, why the frick would you kill the dog? Unless you're breaking and entering.
That makes absolutely no sense at all. And they got to add these little details to make it.
They're idiots.
You know, him seem like a monster.
Yeah.
And they'll do that too when they say, "Oh, he killed his wife, his kid, the dog," to make him look like a monster, so nobody questions it. You know.
Yeah. And then they have the neighbor, or a friend, or something, all paid off to say, and I'll say paid off. I'm going to say paid off to say, "Oh yeah, he was depressed." Yeah, screw that. You know, it's like that's what I told my and what happens when I tell my sister in our case? You know, I say, "Julie, I'm not going to say it." Then you don't matter, right? What happens? That she goes around spreading everywhere that he kept calling me all the time to say he was suicidal. Who in the hell would call their sibling to keep going? You know, I can't even picture that in the movie. Like, hello, Julie, it's me. Suicidal. Oh wait, I'll call you next week. Julie, it's me again. I'm suicidal. What the hell? It's like, geez, get a life, losers. Yeah.
Yeah, and especially that girl telling you, if you love me, you'll say I'm, suicidal.
Yeah, while getting all those rewards from Fitzpatrick, we keep amping it. Now it's been on the congressional floor. You can see the footage. Congressional floor honoring Julie. She's a loser. She's like the dumbest tool in the shed that we have in our family. She's a nobody. And it's like, I'm sorry to say it, but she's a monster. She bought off completely. She's a school counselor, unlicensed, bottom of the run. Congressional black tie dinners, trips to Caribbean, trips to London, top president of psychologists Pennsylvania, not licensed, top psych person in Pennsylvania. She can't hardly wipe herself well. God help us.
Well, I guess her position must pay really good.
Really well. Yeah. You want to be a sellout for Hollywood. Yeah. But now she's on the ropes. Now she's in danger. And I am not shedding a tear. Not at this point. Not at this point. What she did to my family. Not what she was involved in murder of my son. No way. So she even said to me that she's at peace with whatever happens to me. Well, I'll say it right back. I'm at peace. What happens to you, Julie? I'm really at peace. World would be a better place.
Absolutely. And what kind of and I don't know you, man, but you got to be one terrible demonic monster to even associate with having anything to do with killing an innocent child. And God's going to have his way with you. That's for sure.
Yeah. And then my mom was begging her to stop. She's never going to stop. Not going to stop. She. I don't have the words for her. Complete loser. Julia Zarco, Andy Zarco.
Unreal, man. And, these people need to be stopped, man. And that's why I say this country needs a damn revolution. We need to wipe out the whole entire system, start over, and stop putting these people behind bars or something because...
You know what, Dan? You know what? Here it is right. I'm not trying to toot a horn. I'm trying to say this is the instrument right here. This survived. This piece right here that they hold now to the copyright office with the title, no body of work. You make this film the way it's written, copyrighted, created in 1993. It's the 190 Matrix. That's why they're saying we've already won. As soon as this film gets made, right, it's game over. People are going to see it, love it or hate it, they'll see it. And that will end the debate of whether we lost in court or we actually have the proof. It's over. Game is over. And ask Nicolas what he's up to. What he's working on too. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, Nicolas, you've been quiet for a while. You still there, Nick? All right.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was on mute.
Not a problem. So, what's your take on all this? I mean,
talking.
How we?
No, it's fine. No, it's fine.
So, how are you associated with Thomas here?
I was just talking with Thomas the other day about doing the Immortals musical, and going back to a lot of the core expressions in the Immortals, where the Matrix got it from, but actually creating a whole new stage play adaptation, embodiment that could go on Broadway. So that's kind of our future vision going forward. Along with some other projects.
Yeah, what we're trying to do is we're trying to kick for the audiences to realize and defeat the Hollywood system. We're gonna make the Matrix copyright Immortals available to everybody. So we're gonna put everybody's name on the planet basically on copyright. So they can do their own from it and create their own work from this world. It was intended for everybody. And so that blows away Hollywood. They never expected that with their whole power, philosophy. And so making it available to all except the Wachowskis and the franchises. It's like then it becomes all kinds of versions. We want to continue to encourage people to take their own take on it. It was written that way for everybody personally involved in it and have their own take on it by leaving a lot of backstory out, right? And to make people fill in their own personal experiences to make it make sense. That would bring people together. We're meant to bring people together to explain it. It's actually yes. The original author myself intended to bring people together through it. So they have to turn to their neighbors and ask what they think it means and fill in the blanks intentionally so. And that was sort of a humility thing while it's written instead of spoon feeding the backstories. Let people fill it in. And it sure has done its job. People are still trying to figure out what it means. It's all we have it. We know what it means. If they want to know the actual how the pieces fit together, we can fill it in now.
That'd be great because it would just disempower them. So basically all these movies wouldn't be making money, and it would just basically take away from them. Is what I'm trying to say, and that'd be a good thing.
Well, great writing is a service-orientated job. If you want to be a great writer, serve your audience, right? Serve them. Feel it. Don't think about all the money you're going to make because that's really a long shot as a writer. I got to pitch to that's one in a million. I didn't expect to steal it or give it away. But he has a penchant for saving other writers' careers. Didn't realize that. But the thing is that if you're going to write as a service, as a gift to others, to humanity, lift what's possible. And if you work from that standpoint instead of thinking rich or ladies or whatever, if you write from the standpoint of service philosophy or thought process, it flows. It works. Because then you know what you feel. You're laughing, you're crying, you're creating it. You realize your audience will feel the same because you're focused on them, not what you're going to gain from it. And you got to work from that orientation, service oriented. So I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah.
So it's more the passion. If it pays off, then that's great. But more the passion just to get your work out there.
You just hit it. That's what it is. You're writing because You're writing thinking that, okay, this may never take off, it may never make money, but I'm going to do something for humanity. Whisper through art. Create something never seen before. You can't think as a writer that the writing material is going to be like, oh, it's going to bring riches. You can't think that way. You can think that maybe my writing might make a difference, maybe it won't. But I'm sure going to create art that moves people. You got to think that way. So,
well, it's like this for me, man. It's like I do these, my radio shows on all these platforms. I don't make money. People donate, it helps me out great, but I'm not expecting to get rich out of it, because in the truth movement, you don't get, no riches from these corporate bank or bailouts or anything like that, and most of it comes out of my own pocket. But it's not about the money for me, like you said. It's about the art of just getting the truth out there, getting your work out there, which my art is in videos. You know what I mean? Producing
that makes
videos,
a great vibe. That makes a great vibe in our interview right here, like with Nicolas and I. There's a good feeling. Because it's like if I was somebody that was out for money or fame, then I would never be connecting with you. I'd be simply focused on my own self. Right. And that's why they accuse people of narcissism and things like this. How they are about power. But for those of us that are orientated towards, making a difference, like you said, like you are. It's great to be able to connect and things like this, because we're not focused on ourselves. Our whole art and everything in it will glaringly show the passion for lifting all of humanity. So the real work, the Immortals, the way it's actually written, where they all had a take on it. When it's done the way it's supposed to be, whether through Nicolas's idea of musical form, or as it was originally written, it's gonna do its own job. It's gonna do its own job just by being out there. It'll reach people. All these people are gonna go like, now I see how you balance it. Now I see why the Zion is there. Now I see what's so important and satisfying ending, which they stripped away. So yeah.
Yeah, just going through your slides again here, updating people of all the scripts here, your copyrights, and it's amazing. It really is. You got the solid proof right there, and
it's there. It can't be denied.
So and wasn't that the point of a copyright law? I mean, to protect your work. You know what I mean?
Do you know there's a movement to do away with copyright law? Hollywood's making a movement to do away with copyright law. It's after they steal. Now they want to get rid of the law. And really, it's Disney that knows that the law trying to extend their rights on. It's like it sounds funny, but Disney is the one that messed up copyright law. They are the ones that didn't want to allow it to be public. Allow generating other people's ideas of the character. So they're really the ones that brought. Are trying to bring copyright law to its knees. It's like steal and then close the door. So that's why also it's time coming forward now. The timing's perfect. In another aspect is we want to give our copyright over to everyone when we're done, so that everybody can feel like it's their property, create their own take on it. We intended people to have out of the Matrix world, out of the Immortals world, your own take, and let it be seen. There is no wrong answer. Your work will be uniquely yours. Your vision uniquely yours. We want to see it happen. And I had an idea where I told, but I want to see like people, kind of select top 100. Let's have it on its site. Top 100 versions of people's takes on the Matrix world. Yeah.
That's exactly what I do, man, in a similar way. My stuff, I don't copyright it. I encourage people to share it any way they want. Even if they criticize me, I don't care, you know what I mean? And to use it however they can. And, and if I'm wrong, tell me. And please do all the research. I tell people, do your own investigations. Prove me if I'm wrong and prove me if I'm right, whatever the case. And but, it's not about ego, like you said. It's about getting the truth out there in both of our different ways, yeah.
Great writers do not have big egos. Now, people will debate. I believe great writers do not have big egos. I believe writers servants, and that we appreciate each other's passion work, and that's been stripped away. Hollywood filled with bad versions of great work. And now what we're hoping is a golden age where the original authors will be done. And I hope audiences will be forgiving and accepting of that, to see the original works the real passion restored. You're seeing foster kids. It's like you'll see the real children.
Well, speaking of great writers that basically were not popular. Remember Thomas Paine when he wrote the Rights of Man, and he was like the stuff that man wrote, exposing the king and everything else. His life was on the
passion into it. Yes,
his life. That was a pioneer right there of just getting information out to people to wake them up against the crown. And same thing with your doing. getting the information out, waking up people against Hollywood. You
hit a great point. Think of the Wachowskis. Here's a question. Why, on the first graphic here. The question is this. Like you see here. Where is it? Right here. Okay. The title. They copyright the Assassins, right? But they don't copyright. The Wachowskis don't copyright the Matrix. So it's interesting that you don't copyright the Matrix. Oh, here it is. Okay, so you got Dina Laurentiis on the Assassins, right? It's on that page 2 on there. But so there they copyright that, but they don't copyright the Immortals. They don't have it. They have Dina Laurentiis all over it, and Laurentiis Films. Dina Laurentiis and Laurentiis Films on it, but not the Wachowskis. But the point is, what I'm trying to say is, let me see if I can gather my thoughts here. The Wachowskis, if you look at anybody looks up the interview from After Bound, right? Look up online the interview with Bound with the Wachowskis, and look how they talk. And ask yourself, could these guys write something that's really stellar and moving? Their work, what they're really trying to peddle still is Plastic Man and Carnivore. They're still trying to peddle it. Nobody takes it, right? Plastic Man, the guy craps out, radioactive material, and Carnivore is about a thing that eats rich people, and still nobody wants it. So their Bible was, making B movies. So, obviously they even said in an article they were finished in Hollywood, finished as writers, had to pack their bags, unless they're given the science project. So it's interesting that, Thea Bloom's testimony too on the divorce case says that they were given the science project in 1995. There is no preceding our work, but they wanted it really bad. So what's interesting is these guys when they talk about this, here's my question, why did Dina Laurentiis that's on that copyright with the Assassins, why did Dina Laurentiis wine and dine them? Why did he wine and dine the Wachowskis? They had Plastic Man and Carnivore, no body of work, failed as writers, dropped out of school, and yet why are they on here? Wachowskis and Dina Laurentiis, and he's promising them women and fortune and fame, and they failed at Assassins where they bring another writer in and one out of Warner Brothers. So why were they wined and dined? Because they needed somebody loyal to steal it for Warner Brothers, to put their name on it, and that's really what's going on here. They failed. They had nothing. But they're wined and dined by Dina Laurentiis, and Dina Laurentiis ends up putting his name on our copyrighted title. So no passion, no all about money and being famous and everything else. But look at the real writers. You're going to see a sense of passion. We're going to feel deeply. And we often have a reason for why we're writing. My reason was to unite my family again, the children that were taken from me. I wanted to reunite with them after what happened with Robertson and Hollywood. So I created the piece. And what's the last scene? The little girl hugging Neo and pointing to the sun. A father reunited with his children. That's why the little girl is so important. But the Wachowskis have been stripped away, saying in their fan site that the little girl is just a subplot. No, the little girl matters greatly to this author. And that's where you get a satisfying ending when she's reunited with her father in the end. And that's why the writer wrote it. Yeah, that's why I wrote it. So that's the passion of the piece that's stripped out of it, along with the spine. But when we make it again, we own it, they can't stop us. And think of this, Dan, if they put an injunction on us and say, you can't make this, it's too close to the Matrix. Well, then you just said that we should have won our case. And if they let it go, then people are going to see 190 matchups, including Jackson Neck, train station scene, Squiddy's literal, pointing to the sun, you name it, it's all there, red pill, blue pill.
I'd love to see that. If I had the money, I'd invest into that, that's for sure. But it's a shame, though, that they steal people's work and, they attack people's family, a bunch of evil cockroaches. I've been exposed in Hollywood for many years on the occultic side and everything else. And I don't know if you explore any of this, but where does the occultic factor come into this as well?
Oh my God, we just hit it. We just had a ritualistic thing happen to me and remember Frida Babson, the one that was at the airport I told you about that had the Mike Lang thumb drive? Okay. Well, we just had an experience yesterday. And guess what it was? My brother, who's an attorney, had to look it up and see what the meaning was. Okay, so here's what they did. Now, think of coordinating this. Nicolas can actually pipe in on this too. Because he was saying, let's share this. So what happened yesterday? We have these contacts that have been calling us prior to this, saying you've already won. Your evidence is irrefutable. You've won the chess game because you've done interviews, and thanks for doing this, Dan. Part of that, right? That's what kept my son alive. Yeah, kept my son alive. You're keeping my son alive. So again, the passion for brother. Well, thank you and what you're doing for a lot of people. It's great. I mean, you're part of the real life story now. The real life story that Hollywood was clamoring for. Thank you. And here's what they did. Get this. A dove and a raven. What's the symbology or symbolism of a dove and a raven? Okay? And here's how it applies. Frida Babson is thousands of miles away from me, right? Yet, on the same day, we both get no teeth marks, no damage, perfectly preserved. A dove and a raven is laid on our doormat. A dove and a raven. At our house, a dove is laid on the arm of our wicker love seat on our porch, which is enclosed. Wasn't a bird strike, nothing like that. Just no teeth marks, nothing, just laid out beautifully on the arm. At her house, at the same time, she has a dove and a raven laid out. And the next day, a dove and a raven laid out. So what's symbolic? What does it mean? We look it up. My brother looks it up and tells me this, and this is kind of chilling. It's supposed to be in, and people can look this up and correct me if I'm wrong, in certain Native American culture, right, and other cultures. The symbolism of this is a tribute of respect, a show of respect for an adversary that has survived impossible odds. And it's like the Zulu Nation doing a tribute to the British soldiers that were garrisoned. It's like I got to salute. And so it's happened through World War II, throughout antiquity. This has happened. And so here we have these contacts prior telling us they've already won, and they respect us. And we have these birds showing up intact. It may seem like nothing at first, but think of coordinating this. I mean, a dove and a raven side by side, perfectly preserved, laid on your doormat. A dove laid on our armchair at the same time. And the symbolism is we're going to pull back. We're no longer going to harm you. We respect you for having lasted through impossible odds. It's tribute. And my mother's saying that's something they have to do ritualistically. They have to do it. Like it or not, it's in the realm of ritual. It has to be done in order to satisfy that spirit or something. I'm just like, whoa. So there it is. I have a bird right outside. So, yeah.
Something similar happened years ago. I actually did a report on it. It was at the Vatican. It was a dove that was attacked by a seagull, and it was another bird, a hawk or whatever, that was involved with 3 birds basically. And I did a video on it. I don't remember half of it, but I did a whole video on it and the symbology of each bird and all that. And being at the Vatican, it's kind of crazy you mentioned that because a friend of mine brought that up to me the other day. He goes, I remember your video on that dove and the raven thing, and I got it on my YouTube channel. But man, that's like, yeah, you're right, man. It's like a lot of coincidences or not, whatever you want to call it.
And that is right after this lady came up and took a picture of my license plate. And what happens is that allows whoever's supposed to follow through with certain things to know exactly where they're going. Isn't that crazy? Because I always park my car out front of the house. So that happened when we moved here. We moved here to my parents' house to caretake them. A guy came up and took a picture of my son, the mailbox in the house. And I came running out, And it's like, then these cars started showing up, and then the corrupt police, I told you about Warrington Township, corrupt police chief, neighbors would call it in, and these guys would say, we're not going to do anything about it. They're not doing anything wrong. And so these guys kept idling. And then my contact says on the tape, too, I taped it, contacts tell me they're just doing their job. They're just doing their job. It's supposed to let me know they can get to 8 anytime they want. Right? But since we broke the rules and went public and did all these interviews now, like we're doing with you, they said that actually was the right thing to do. You saved your son's life. And it's caused you to win the chess game. They call it a game. So my answer to them was, this is not a game for us. And we're going to try to do everything we can that, you don't play with other people's lives. You can tell that to your bosses. So,
yeah, that's, what I got told too. After the Boston Marathon bombing, we exposed a lot. We blew the whistle on it. And I was getting death threats. Man, they made my life a miserable hell. And,
Sorry.
one time we exposed the whole, the fake Bin Laden raid, we exposed that. I got threatened by Homeland Security to keep my mouth shut. And what I do the next day, I did exactly what I told them I was going to do. I brought a person on from Pakistan that lived 2 blocks from the compound. And the worst thing, Alex Jones and all that told me, the worst thing you could ever do is comply to a threat. And once you comply, you're dead.
Yeah, you're dead. You're dead. My son even said that. You're right. My son even said, Dad, we can't work with these guys. We can't settle with these guys. We can't be compliant because they'll kill us, Dad. And my son's done something else. He's only 13 now, high honors, and survived all this. A mom who was a prostitute, criminal record in Modesto, California, in jail, ex-con, who passed herself off as a pristine person. And her landlord, before she met me, was the attorney they provided me. So it's all set up. But my son was like, Dad, we'll finish this. Let's not give up. If anything happens to me, you see it through. You see it through. And so he made a tribute video. It's on that Red Pill Rising. That tribute video, you'll see if you scroll down from the sunset, which is the Red Pill Rising, right? You'll see his tribute video. And the thing is now the insiders are trying to say that he didn't make that. Well, don't take away the credit of my son for his work. I took the credit of my work away. My son made that. He did everything there. He did the editing. He surprised my mom and I. He said, Grandma, Dad, come in here. I want to show you what I made. And it's an eloquent tribute. It's beautifully done, beautifully rendered, and every little nuance in it is tied together. Like you look at this scene, and it says about we lost my mom. My mom left us, and whatever. And then you see a boys at the window, a boy turning slightly to the side. I mean, you hear about the death. He lost his 2 sons were killed, and you see you're pulling away from the planet. I mean, everything ties together in the tribute. So take a look sometime at that tribute, and I just blows me away that my son able to capsulize the emotion of everything we experienced, right? Where it would take me ages to explain it. So yeah.
That's amazing, and especially at a young age doing that kind of work. I mean, that's definitely passion and art because it's very complicated sometimes because I do movie editing myself, and you have to have a drive for that. And
check it out. Check it out. We have top attorneys now protecting us, and they said that they try to do a 302 on you again before you even breathe. Contact us. So now we got protection. So we're hoping to help others too. Yeah.
Good. Yeah, you need that kind of protection and let them know, the other side know, hey, listen, I got legal assistance, you know what I mean? So
they know. Yeah,
hopefully they back off,
Well, that's why they're killing their own now. I mean, you're going to see more and more killed. I mean, think of this. George Michael, right? In our script, at the very end of our last page, we have right here. If you can see this. But the very ending there says, end credits, George Michael, right? Crank Time. So what happens to George Michael on Christmas when he's going to be a witness for us? I mean, this proves George Michael could prove, he contacted me for permission to submit in '93 through Boyd and Norfolk. It was a full piece created because he was asking me to check it out so I can, that he could give permission to be in the end credits. So George Michael is a very important witness as they're trying to establish that, he didn't have work done until 96. No, 93, 92, the Copyright Office. And so what happens to George Michael on Christmas? His heart gives out.
Yeah.
And I just watched this Black Sails Pirate show, just to see what's up with this show. And what happens with Flint's situation, he says, they got gay, whatever the main guy he's with, his heart gave out. Use the same phrase. Your heart doesn't give out. So George Michael's murdered as part of the cover-up. Now they're murdering their own. So I'm saying, like,
Mike Lang. Go after all the witnesses, and then they start taking out their own people. Typical.
But now we're considered assets. Now we're considered assets. Our real-life story is worth a fortune. That's why Warner Brothers did the Richard Jewell story just recently. Very out of context what they usually do. But the Richard Jewell story is a precursor, a test story, test film, to see if the public would be interested in our story. Because
the whole story here, this would make it an incredible movie. I mean,
that's
not that you probably want to step up. This would make one hell of a movie.
That's right. You see, whoever gets rights to do it, that goes with Nicolas and both, but whoever gets the rights to do it, then they can cleanse their part out of it and make a fortune off of what they did maniacally. That's why Bob Iger would have been on the phone. But Eisner's trying to have his legacy. A lot of these guys getting older try to protect their legacy, but no. If you really want to look at the father of intellectual property ripoff, it's Michael Eisner of Disney.
And Thomas, tell them how Spielberg ties into this.
Oh my God, yeah. The reason Spielberg is actually, the one that made sure this happened, because there's a period where Wachowskis weren't going to be given my work, and we're going to actual credit for it myself and those with me, right? It was going to happen. But you'll see an article where they're screaming in the background, they can't do that. They say in the article. That's back in 95, and they're arguing to be given it, right? The suits are there, and Joel Silver has to explain what it means to the suits, and Joel Silver gets it wrong, which is great. That's great to see that in the article, too. Because Joel Silver's trying to say, he even says on quote, I think it's Bob Iger. He says to Bob Iger, I think it is, look, Bob, you gotta understand, he's quoted saying it, it's robots in the program. And Bob's quoted as saying something like, I don't get it, I understand. He's like, it's robots in the program. Let's take a look really what it really is. So it's not robots in the program, it's robot-like agents. Right there. Got it wrong, Joel. Got it wrong.
Yep.
Idiot. Sorry. So anyway, what happens is, what happens when our case is thrown? Get this. This is why people watch out for cases in Hollywood. They had access to all my notes because they had a supplied attorney, right? Classmates with the other attorney firm. So what happens is they have my notes, my notebooks, everything, right? It's a dream. It's like the short guy in Elf. His notebook, So they have all my notes, and they decide to have their takes on it and get it right. So Joel Silver wants to do not robot-like agents, not robot agents anymore, but robot-like agents in Oblivion. With my brother and sister's name used to sell out Jack and Julie characters. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. There it is.
And it's blatant right in your face, too.
Sorry, Spielberg. Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
The other day you had discovered about that video game and through the Bethesda Fallout 4.
Yeah, Bethesda Corporation, Dan? Bethesda Corporation is the clearinghouse for our ideas through video games. So Bethesda, and whoever that lead guy is, I don't like him at all now, but through Fallout 4, like Nicolas is saying. In Fallout 4, they put all my family names in, and all our ideas from the Immortals, and you'll see as listed as sponsored, Disney, Warner Brothers, Sony. They're all there with Bethesda. It became a ripoff, just like they put all their names on the copyright of my title, right, for a slot and body of work. But that's the clearinghouse for ideas like through Fallout 4. Sean is the son, S-H-A-U-N. My son's name was murdered. And as in my screenplay, you'll see him underground where he has aged and the dad hasn't. The dad's name is Thomas. The brother is Jack. You have Emma Jean, which is my mom's favorite cousin. I mean, think of these names. And so all this is in Bethesda as the ripoff for the video game system. Because the because the Wachowskis screwed it up again, not just with the first ripoff version. That's why they wanted Joel Silver to do Oblivion, and Greg Silverman, his boy, wanted to do with Warner Brothers Elysium. But the thing is, in Bethesda, the Wachowskis blew it with their Matrix video game. It sucked. It was horrible. So again, the different studios wanted to do their take on our work, so they do it through Bethesda with Fallout 4. It's insane. It's insane. Yeah,
that's amazing, man. Like, just so blatant right in your face, and they're doing that to rub it in your face.
It is. Well, I'm supposed to be dead. So yeah, I'm supposed to be 302 at the least. So you're not supposed to see me here. I'm supposed to shut away for good with criminally insane. It's supposed to happen, and I'm sure comments will say it should be with criminally insane. Looks like he's lying, whatever. The thing is, we have the evidence right there on our page.
Absolutely, you got the copyright right in the patent's office, so
yeah,
it's no better than that, you know.
Yeah. We'll let the people catch up when we do the court case. But those are critical thinkers. Welcome to the red pill.
Oh yeah, and you got to get trolls all the time. And a lot of them, these are just paid provocateurs and purposely cause disinformation and all that. Especially on your end, I'm sure there's people out there working literally to try to distort anything you say to try to make it look like a kooky conspiracy theory. But you got the damn patents right there, man. You got the documentation.
Plus the inserts. I mean anybody can go like Greg said that because anybody can go to their Matrix copy, and put it on DVD, videotape, whatever. Freeze frame the interrogation scene. Freeze frame it. It's all there. I can't go around and alter all your copies. And then the clock face in the Animatrix, it's right there, 7-2-59. What are the chances? Not coincidence. That's like winning the lottery 50 times over.
Oh, yeah.
So there's no debate. No debate at all. Yeah.
And like
Much to stewardship. Yeah. Game over. Yeah. And their contacts are even saying it. So think of some of these guys that are getting on and saying like, oh my God, no way, lying. Sophia Stewart did it. It's like, no, guys, it's right there. And even the contacts are admitting on tape that you've already won. So if we've already won and they're telling it, then and they're conceding because of the evidence, then you guys are that thick. I'm talking to the people out there that would troll that thick to go ahead and be that position. Then fine, let's stay with the critical thinkers and let's see the evidence shown and let's go win this thing. So we said, like, as soon as we make the film, it's game over. As soon as we make the film and get the backers for it, it's over.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the slides again, man. It's like how dead on accurate. Just the information matching yours and
look at the train station scene. Right? Think of the Wachowskis lifting the images they think are cool, right? So liquid mirrors, it's all cheapened and made worse. Part of copyright law and process is the ripped off version worse than the original version, right? Or mistakes made and repeated. So get this. As far as mistakes repeated, I had the one turning device, the one key demolition thing in the tunnels, and it's a key actually being turned. That's pretty dumb. Now that I think of it. But they kept the key being turned. It's dumb. And then you go to the train station. They have Neo taking the red pill, right? And then putting his hand through a mirror. Mm-hmm. No real part of the story. But go back to the page where the train station scene is and that graphic on the red pill rising side. And you have the liquid mirrors security device. The train station. If you take the red pill, you can pass through the mirrors. Get out of the train station. Wow. And then they reform. So now it's a lot more interesting in the copyrighted version that precedes the Matrix. Liquid mirrors are security devices. And Trinity, the counterpart with the biblical name, gets them by. She can pass through the mirrors. So she takes them with her through the mirrors. There you go. Yeah, after the kiss. Yeah. We got everything from even the matching figure being hit and the palms bleed as he looks up. Every image they thought is lifted. Pulse wave turning the little girl renewed to life, hugging the sun. Like I said, it's supposed to be Neo. And the answer for fans' questions who is the one that makes the difference? It is the Smith character. It is the Smith character intentionally. Because he's the one that permits this ending to occur. With the architect looking like Christ facing off the real one. And the question for audiences is if an architect who's in a program in order to balance the equation and free will with a slice of humanity set aside in Zion to be brought out at the right time by an ambiguous oracle. So he can be seen coming back as Christ, right? And we're conditioned to give free will over to that historically, by and large. So that's how you balance the equation. What's the architect's biggest problem? Stimulation of the mind. If you're an immortal architect, you're going to need stimulation. You're going to start to nuts, right? Which they put in Z Nation too. The idea to set aside people, whatever the head guy. They borrowed it off our stuff. But anyway, so you have this architect that stimulation. So first he has these agents that stir up trouble while he knows every choice we're going to make. But it only goes so far when you're immortal in the program. So now you need a substitute stimulation. And that is have the whole world come back as Christ. And then you don't have to renew it. You don't need agents anymore. You purge the agents as an ours. Let's say cap make sense of it. And you have all these people worshiping you. Well, then you have stimulation for the rest of your time, which is immortal. That'll stimulation forever. And then also the idea is did he not just complete the requirements for a Christ returning? It raises the question for all religions or Christianity.
Yeah.
The architect only needs your devotion. Did you not just fulfill the requirements?
Yep.
And if you're giving all your devotion over to him, you're feeding his mind. Everybody's happy. But isn't he the evil one? So it raises the question of in religion, do we really want to give our free will over? And what God would ask that of us? So yeah. It's just a question for people to chew on.
Yeah.
I mean, I consider myself a believer, but I got to ask the question about what man and women wrote down, And I don't mean to open a whole debate can on this, but I do have my where we come from. But that's what's the whole purpose of the Matrix story, the Immortals, is to raise questions. And for me, my belief is that I'm to keep a flat platter with no construct on it, so that anybody can come to me and say, Tom, this is my faith. I go, good. This is what I believe. Great.
Well, that's why I tell people all the time, man. I believe in Jesus, Yeshua, Messiah, God, the Heavenly Father, in the Bible, but I believe in it without the religious filter. So people say, what religion are you? I'm not a religion, because every religion out there distorts the Bible for their own political and financial gain, and exactly what Jesus warned us about, the traditions of man, to stay away from them, because I call it the religious filter. And every one of these religions, every one of them out there do this stuff.
Well, I'm with you. I'm already getting approached by all these different people that are pushing their coming forward with religious beliefs, saying, I have the way, I'm the one. And I'm going like, well, you're talking to the wrong guy. Because I celebrate people's ability to have faith. I celebrate your faith, not your religion. And you're not convinced me of your religion. Because that shuts me off from the rest of the world. So as long as I'm trying to bring the world together through our work, which is intended through the Immortal story, Matrix story, bring people together, right? That we can solve problems, people's compassion, and intellect, and stuff like that, cross disciplines to make a difference in our world. That's why they're afraid of that peace, right? That's why this peace is so potent and has so much power, and that's why they're so afraid of it. But the thing is, if I would say, okay, I believe you, I'm going to lift your religion and start being a sponsor for it, I just shut off the rest of the world. I'm never going to do it. I'm going to leave it open. Say faith is the best guest, passion attached, and I'm never going to put religion on anybody, even though I have my personal beliefs.
And which leads me to the next question. It'll probably be a whole show altogether. We could do that. But being around Pat Robertson, this narcissist man, could you even describe how much of a narcissist this guy is? And is he self-righteous?
Yeah. This he doesn't believe in God. He doesn't believe in God. See, you got to understand. He doesn't. That's why. Look at his program. Go like this. I shut like this. Going like, okay, God's telling me with an Annie or Allison or first of all, are you that hard of hearing God? I mean, you got your ears there. If you're having trouble understanding the name, right? It was explained to me that the way they got more people claiming it. But it's all pony show, right? Medicine show. But he doesn't believe in God. He even says Pat Roberts' perspective, he says the dumbest demographics on earth is evangelical. That's your power base, dude. And what's interesting is putting him down because he's using it as a vehicle to get wealthy. Yeah. Go back to the articles that are coming out now where my nose is actually itching.
I'm the same way, man. I got major allergies, man. I'm always like,
that's what's happening right now. Some dust or something. But people are wild. They're like, he's lying. No, it's actually an itch. But anyway, so yeah. But here you go. So Robertson, there's articles coming out now where Robertson actually says, or quoted as saying that he indeed wife Dee, right? He never puts on camera. She's not pretty enough. He puts them up. Right. Yeah.
That shows you how narcissist he is.
Yeah, I know. Trophy wife. So what he does is he's in Manhattan, basically, trying to live the high life. It's not working for them. They're not becoming socialite success. And so along comes this pastor who drives a nice car, nice dinner, and Robertson's quoted as saying, "We can have all of that by doing this." And then he wants to be an evangelist. So he's looking to get power and money just like scripts. And so he's not a God-fearing man. He's just looking as a vehicle to be famous. And it went too far. When you're that kind of guy, then you get a little bit drunk on your own power, right? And so then he ends up making a man-made mountain because Virginia Beach is flat. And they actually have mountains of trash made into parks. They put it in. That's clever. But Nostradamus says the third one will rise by the man-made mountain in the east. So what does Robertson do? He makes a man-made mountain in the east. Virginia Beach in the east. He wants to be this mystique. He wants to. And Disney joined in with him. Hollywood joined in with the idea of we're inevitably going to have a one-world society. So let's make Robertson this joke leader of this one-world society by faking Christ returning. That'd be entertaining, stimulating. So they actually plan to do that. And
Yeah, he
Robertson's
endorsed
think
the Pope's ecumenical movement, which was adopted by the UN as an official one world fake religion, and call it the Antichrist religion. And he's actually endorsing it. He even said he wouldn't mind having a chip in his hand either. That's insane.
This is it. See, what their plan is to use Robertson, and that's why it's in the immortal story. It was cleansed out of this movie. So consider the Matrix with the whole plan Robertson had in it, and that's cleansed out. The Dudley character cleansed out. So if you put it back in, then you have a satisfying ending. Because in the end, you have the Arcchtect trying to look like Christ on the man-made mountain.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you have the real one showing up. So I was revealing, whispering through Art Robertson's plan. They cleanse that out, and you don't have a satisfying ending because everybody on the set saying blow it up, while you have this in hand, and the visual storyboard, all the images they lifted, well, you the spine out, it's not work, Wachowski. You should have blown it up. Instead, they keep my exact sequence of ending. And doesn't hold together. Unsatisfying for audiences, right? But they keep everything the same. Train station, little girl being pushed forward with the family can't, follow. You got the identical facing off, the architect, facing off. The palmsy bleeding when he looks up. The pulse wave coming out. Earth turning green, little girl pointing up the sun. That's my exact sequence. But it doesn't make any sense because they took out the relationship between Neo and his daughter. You've got to have the daughter relationship restored.
Yeah, there's one with the little girl. Made sense with. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, man. Remembering the movie.
That's why they say it's just.
I'm probably gonna go watch it now just to see all this from your perspective. There, what it's supposed to be like. And
well, keep in mind. This is really wild, Dan. You're gonna see the images they thought were cool, shuffled around like shopping a Porsche, right? Ending with a mess of mechanics. So you're gonna see the images. But somehow the idea is translated from just the images lifted and pirated. Now that's intriguing to me as the writer. That's images lifted still was enough to convey basic elements that people are catching on. That's what Wachowski don't want to admit. So somehow a broken story filleted, chop images still conveyed a message that reached people in the world. And now they're going to get to see exactly how it all came back together. Completely tied together, and they're going to see if they were right. You cannot get Matrix story fleshed out with the pirated version. You can't. You've got to put it back the way the original writer had it. Then you get your answers, and still with enough room for you to make it your own and fill in your own ideas, which is intended.
So basically, if they had your original manuscript, they could have made at least 4 or 5 of these movies instead of 3. Right?
That's why Elysium, Oblivion. Like, think of that. The case is thrown as a second theft. They have access to my work, direct access, right? That's why we'll take them to the cleaners now. So they had direct access to all the work, announcing things like Wachowski's take was 8 without anything written down. Oblivion for Joel Silver, and Elysium for Warner. They all take their own takes on it. It was intended for everybody to have their own take on it, right? So here you see it happening. The same genesis happening that was intended, but through the thieves. And that's something. And they keep talking about wanting to use the story. But this belongs to the public. This belongs to all of humanity. And so therefore, by giving it over to humanity, these guys are up the crick because they're the only ones that are not allowed to make it. The rest of the world can make it as intended for them to have it. That's what's going to happen. So think of that. That's going to be pretty cool. They're the only ones that are not allowed to have ownership.
Yeah.
Now,
Nicolas here, where did you guys meet? Are you guys partners, relatives? How did you
That's a weird thing. Tell him, Nicolas, how we met. It's crazy.
I originally met Thomas when his story broke on TMZ,
which is owned by
TMZ is subsidiary of Warner Brothers, and I contacted Tom, and I initially had Sophia on the phone, and that's kind of how my conversation started with Tom.
Yeah. Sophia was a plant, and what happened was the attorneys for Warner Brothers did not want to claim Matrix 1. The way they threw our case, Dan, was they blocked me from claiming Matrix 1, which is illegal. It's fraud. I just claimed it. And then they went to the court and said, we're going to MSJ this, summary judgment this away, by saying since he didn't claim Matrix 1, when allowed to, by the attorney contract that bound me. So by not being allowed to claim Matrix 1, they said any similarities in Matrix 1 cannot be claimed in 2 and 3, and then they announced to the public there's no similarities. That's how they threw the case. 190 of them.
Wow, unreal, man. It's amazing. It's mind-boggling, it really is. And I hope you guys like really make some headwinds and like really win this thing, and then be able to come out with the the full movie like the way it's supposed to be. That would be amazing to see the full movie how you wrote it. Sorry. That would be such an awesome movie. You could probably make 5 parts, like I said, with your information.
You're absolutely right. People could come with a checklist. They're going to see everything Jackson name it, and it'll be over for Warner Brothers. That other guys' takes on it. That's absolutely it. And keep in mind that it's made for the public. It's made for everybody to have their take on it. So when we win, everybody wins.
That's awesome. I like that.
Yeah.
That's a good narrative too, because it gives everybody a perspective of and their input in it as well. That's beautiful. You can't get
a chance to bring
a better story than that, man.
Yeah, it's supposed to be everybody gets their creativity. That'll be slap in Hollywood's face. But a great thing for humanity. Yeah.
So, have you got anything else to add to this, or are you guys all set? About going on an hour and a half almost, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. For my part, Nicolas, I've been too. For my part, I'd say please look at redhillrising.org. Check out the tribute that my son made. And also check the critical evidence. Look at it. See it there. And realize there it is. Screenshots and everything. Copyright entries. None of that's fake. It's right there. And if anybody can wants to contact us, I permit that. You can give out my phone number. I don't care. I think we need to bring the world together by being accessible. In fact, one of my
email and all that in the description.
Email and phone number. I don't care. Because we got to come together. We got to be transparent. Come together, and lift each other up this hill. We got to get done with this. We got the key. We got the changing the world and changing Hollywood. In fact, paparazzi are saying it's a new Hollywood now. So please feel free. And if anybody wants to help, there's a PayPal there too. If you want to help us with the project being made, please do. We'll give you credit for contributing for sure in the credits. And also, we're looking for more outlets revealing the truth. Because now that's the way they kept my son alive. And go ahead, Nicolas.
Nope, I think that's good. That's good. I don't have anything to add right now.
That's cool. Sound like an attorney.
Yeah, it's great, and I'm definitely going to put all the links in the description, your PayPal link as well, right in the description box here. And if you want to, I want to do a special prayer for you guys and everybody watching, just pray to the Father. First of all, just, through Yeshua Jesus Christ, that he may guide these guys here, protect them protect their lives, protect everything around them, and may the Lord Yeshua Messiah cover them with his precious blood to bind out any and all evil that's attacking these guys. And Heavenly Father, please see these guys through to their mission and help them get the truth out. And I ask everybody watching right now, please send your prayers tonight to Nicolas and Thomas here, because this guy's already lost his 2 sons, and one day I'm sure that you're going to be reunited with your children. And as much as I can say is, man, again, I ask you, Yeshua Messiah and Heavenly Father Yahweh, to please protect them and bind all evil away from these people, and and put these people away, the bad people. And
that's beautiful, Dan. Thank you so much. And I'll tell people too, for the world to change, don't go on looks. Don't try to overthink what you see. Look at the evidence. The only way you're going to beat these bastards is by looking at the evidence, lifting the evidence. Judge it by the works, not by what you think you see. Look at the evidence.
Absolutely.
And that's how we're going to change things. Yeah.
And that's why I dedicated my show here, man, declaring war on the New World Order, because regardless what you think out there, folks, they've declared war on you even before you were born. Look what they're doing to these gentlemen here, their families, everything, every walk of society out there. They are declaring war on us, man, and they want us all dead, literally. So we need to fight back, and we need to be true warriors of God. We need to be brave souls. Look at this guy here, lost his 2 children, and him and his only child left, they're out there fighting for their lives, and just to get the truth out, not for money or anything, to get the truth out, and so none of this happens to other families. And this right here, folks, this is a true hero in my book right here. And I know you don't like these perks like that, Thomas, but to me, you're a true hero, you and your son, sticking your neck out there, risking your own lives to save others. And my heart and prayers to you guys, and salute to you as well.
Well, thank you so much, Dan. And one of our goals is not to have that Hollywood ending where everybody looks up at the pinnacle and wishes they die up there. I'm hoping we're all off the podium, down together, lifting each other up, and celebrating. Yeah.
So, if anything else you want to throw in, any promotions or whatever you got going on, I mean, like,
I think we'll let it lie. This has been great. Awesome. Focus brought forward, you made possible, and you just made my son a lot safer.
Awesome. If you want to hang on for 1 minute, you two, and we're going to end the show. And so I want to thank once again Thomas Althouse for joining us, and Nicolas, the Arcchtect here. What an amazing show. And again, I can't say it enough. You need, please, when you go to bed tonight, folks, please pray for these two gentlemen and Thomas, the son, that's alive. And because this is how evil is, folks. We've been telling you for years on the show how evil knows no boundaries. They kill kids. They kill babies. They don't stop at nothing. They're money greedy. They're power hungry. These people are pure evil. And that's why I made a covenant to God when I first started radio. If I could wake up one person, that would, I'd be happy. But my covenant to declare war on the New World Order, to be a thorn in the side of them. And these guys right here, again, I can't say enough about them. That's true heroism right there. For a man and a son to risk their own lives, and Nicolas too, to risk their own lives to get this truth out to people. This is amazing, really is. And I'm definitely going to have you guys back on again soon. And guys, please check them out. I'm going to put PayPal in the description and also on the website too. Red Pill Rising. Please, if you got a couple bucks, donate to these guys. redpillrising.org is their website, and I'm going to put all the links in the description as well. So we're going to cut out of here, and it's been an amazing show. So I want to thank everybody once again. This is Dan Bidondi for TruthRadioShow.com on the Dan Bidondi Show, declaring war on the New World Order, and you are the resistance.
Thank you for your time, Dan.